This is Melanie, Moviemavengal for Bolly Fools. On this episode, I'm joined by my friend Margaret Redlick of Don't Call It Bollywood. She's written a book by the same name. She has a blog, Don't Call It Bollywood. We saw the Malayalam film CIA, and we did a quick review in the lobby of the movie theater, and I just wanted to apologize in advance for all the background noise. And here we go. Hi, this is Melanie for Bolly Fools, Moviemavengal, and I have my guest Margaret from Don't Call It Bollywood. We just saw Dulquer Salman's Comrade in America.
മനോജ് സാർ മഹാരാജ് കോളേജിൽ പഴയ കേസ് ക്യൂക്കാരനായിരുന്നല്ലേ? അവിടുത്തെ SFI പിള്ളേർ റെഡി അവസാനത്തേതാണെന്ന് കരുതരുത്.
Malayalam film, and definitely a star vehicle for Dulquer. Wouldn't you say?
Yes. Out of all the Dulquer movies I've seen, which is like 8,
yeah,
this is the one where he had the biggest star entry and the biggest fight scene and the biggest unrealistic physics of the fight scene. And
well, I don't know if it's the biggest. I don't know if it's the biggest fight scene. What about Kali or Kamata Padam that he did last year?
I'd say bigger in terms of unrealistic. Those, at least, there was a sense that it was a grounded.
Right. This was definitely one kick and a guy goes through the bus window.
Yes.
Yeah. So he is a communist. His father is a member of the Congress Party, and I love the relationship that he had with his father.
Yes. I did like how there was a sense that the communists were at heart better people than the Congress in general, but on an individual basis, people could be good, people could be bad, people could be cowardly, and it all varied.
Yeah, I mean, Dulquer's entrance in the film, I mean, always, you know, you can tell the hero's entrance with the big slow-mo, but it's a communist march against the Congress official, and they've been beaten back by the police, and all of a sudden, slow-mo, you see Dulquer with a Molotov cocktail. I mean, it was quite dramatic.
Yes. Yeah, it reminded me of Arabicata, which is one of the first movies I saw, and I really need to go back to it now that I know more, which also opened with essentially a communist hymn just randomly thrown into the opening to sort of set the tone for the whole film.
Yeah, I mean, what I whispered to you in the middle of the film is what I've learned from Malayalam films is Kerala communists are badass. That's basically the takeaway. So there's a really funny framing for the love story, and that Dulquer is drinking one night and he goes to the communist headquarters, and in his drunken stupor, his dream, he meets Stalin, Lenin, Karl Marx, and Che Guevara. And it was hilarious. And he tries to get Karl Marx to smile, which may be my favorite moment of the entire film. But anyway, he tells them his story and his troubles. His girl that he fell in love with has been sent by her family to America, and so he has to find any way to get there, and he can't get a visa. So he decides to go illegally, fly to Nicaragua, where there's an Indian, you don't have to have a visa, and then he goes just like all the illegal immigrants that come to the U.S. He comes by hook or by crook and tries to travel by foot into through Mexico into America, where he has a cousin in Texas.
கடலில் கிணற்றுழி திர இலக்கம் கனல் வழிக்கு மணல் திளக்கம் நிறையும் வனாந்தரம் மழை முழக்கம்.
Sort of like an adventure road trip. It's, I don't know if it was realistic or whatever, but they were carrying the bottles of water and whatever, and obviously they filmed some scenes in Mexico, some scenes in Texas. So it's a bit of an adventure. I don't know that I would say this is my favorite Dulquer Salman movie. Would you agree?
No, I think it would, of the 8
right.
that I've seen, I think it would be towards the bottom. Somewhere around, what was that one, Vinaya Dichyam?
I don't remember, but I would say it had more compelling than the motorcycle film that I can't remember the name of. That one was even also a road trip. Not my favorite. So, you know, I would say his top films, Bangalore Days, Kali, Kamata Padam. Of the 2 that he did this year, I would say this one is my favorite early versus the one that was earlier in the year that I'm blanking on the Malayalam title right now. But anyway, I would give it a one-time watch, slight thumbs up. What did you say?
Oh, I would say I always have a hard time with thumbs up versus thumbs down. I would say a lot of interesting things, stuff that you don't usually see in Indian films, so that was cool to have that covered. And I liked the light hand with the romance, which is not the usual thing I would say, but in this case it was appropriate. But yeah, didn't really feel like they had a small idea that they wanted to do, and they did it well.
Right.
But it wasn't the huge, ambitious Dulquer film of the year, which hopefully is something that will still be coming.
Right. Yeah. I mean, he's in a phase of his career right now where he's putting out 3 or 4 films a year. So I'm waiting to see what will come next. But you're right. It was an interesting idea. It certainly probably was exotic scenery for a Kerala audience. It's very familiar for us, but it was probably very exotic. And I thought, you know, they had one song that particularly captured the flavor of sort of the Mexican instruments and rhythms mixed with Malayalam lyrics. So, you know, the music was nice. It's just, yeah, it's okay. It's not, it didn't blow us away, but it was good.
Yeah.
And it's Dulquer, so it's worth it. That's all I could say.